Hi, my name is Candida, and the book that I'll be sharing with you today is called The Sandwich Walk. This book was written by Raina Ala Abdullah, Kelly DePacchio, and illustrated by Teresa Tussa. This book is a realistic fiction book, primarily for grades K through 2nd, and is about two best friends, Lily and Selma. Lily and Selma did everything together. They even had lunch together. The one thing that was different about them that they realized was they had two different lunches. Lily would bring a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, and Selma would bring hummus and pita. And both girls thought these were yucky, gross, ill, disgusting, why do you eat that? Which started to tear their friendship apart over their differences. And they even stopped eating lunch together over it. Which brought them into a big, huge fight. After visiting the principal, the girls decided they should set aside their differences and possibly even try each other's sandwiches, which they did, and they ended up loving. After, hugging it out, being best friends again, they decided they wanted to do something special for the entire school. The special thing that they did for the entire school was provide a wide variety of foods from different select countries and for the students to share. And it all starts over here with Lily's peanut butter and jelly sandwich, goes through the different countries with their foods, and ends over here with Selma's pita and hummus sandwich. This book can benefit students by letting them know that they can set aside their differences and, be friends and sharing their culture with their friends and family, which is most important because you want those that are important to you in your life to know where you come from, what you eat, what you like. That way they know. Moving on from there to answer the straight talk on race 5 questions. The first question is, are the non-white characters too good to be true? I say the non-white characters are not too good to be true, and that the authors did do a really good job illustrating these non-white characters and illustrating what they represent. How and why do the authors define race? The authors define race through the foods that each of the girls eat. Lily's peanut butter and jelly sandwich defines her, and Selma's pita and hummus defines her. Next question is the cover art true to the story? I think the cover art is true to the story. It shows two girls who can set aside the differences to be best friends and accept one another. Who are the change agents? There are no change agents in this story. Selma and Lily solve their own problems. How is beauty defined? I believe that beauty is defined by friendships between the two friends that come from two different cultures. And that's how I feel like it was defined in this story. For this story, there are many things you can do before you read. You can have the students make predictions based off the cover. You can do a picture walk, and I call it picture walk and talk, where you walk through the pictures and you talk about them. You can do think, pair, share. You can make predictions. You can do word sorts with some of the words in the story. And you can make pre-write questions, which that is for more of the upper elementary grade levels. During reading, you can make connections. You can do pick a card, any card, which is when you give a student a card with a prompt on it. And during the story, you have to have the students respond to that prompt, so after the story, they can share. And then students answer their pre-write questions during this time, and they can do some rereading. After this story, the students can retell the story. They can do more think, pair, share. They can make more connections after they've read the story. They can do an exit ticket, and they can do some reflection. Some ways that this story can be connected to some content areas is like social studies. At the end of the story, the girls make food from different places, so you can talk about those different places. You can throw a little geography in it and locate them on the map. For writing, students can write about their best friend or about their favorite food or a food that is important to their family. And then you can have students share and as a pair or as a group or as a class and allow them to show off their best friend, their favorite foods. You can also put it in English language arts, which they can do. They can sort sentence strips into fact and opinion, like fact, Lily eats peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Opinion, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches are disgusting. Or you can do cause and effects, which is cause, the girls didn't like each other's sandwiches, affects food fight. Or cause they didn't like each other's sandwiches, effect they end up, sharing a special event with their school in providing foods from all over the country. The last one that you can do is mathematics and have the student use the survey, have students survey or use a bar graph to show favorite sandwiches or foods in the classroom. Then they can tally them up and say which one's least popular, most popular, which student liked this more or that more. Because there's many things that students dislike and like, and this will, just kind of help hash things out in your class. This book was written, is a story told by Raina, which is one of the authors, and this is one of her childhood stories. If you have any questions, you can just let me know on the discussion board, and I'll be glad to answer them. And thank you for listening to my analysis about the sound swap.